CBD oil has many medicinal uses. One of those medicinal uses is helping people fight with Parkinson's disease. I'm going to show you in just a minute this patient that you see here in the picture, the difference between him fighting with Parkinson's disease and then what happens once he takes the CBD oil. When it's all done, down below in the description, I will leave a link to this website. Over here, you will find the products. The products that they're going to be talking about in here, you see the shop right here? You can go to CBD tinctures. Okay? I'm going to click this here. These are the oils. Now there's two types. We have the full spectrum, which has small amounts of THC. And you have the broad spectrum. It does not have any THC in there whatsoever. These are the power of the dosages. It goes from 500 to 750 on up to 1500. Whenever you have any questions about these particular products from HempWorks, I recommend you do a couple things first. See the CBD education. If you click it, over here it tells you about the process and the product. I encourage you to come through and read these because it's very, very useful information that will help you. Okay? As you can see, our products do not have any GMOs, synthetics, or fillers as well. This is hemp seed oil carrier, not MCT. Okay? All of the products from HempWorks go through some rigorous testing. Also keep in mind that HempWorks products are certified to contain less than 0.3% THC, which is very, very important. All right, don't be afraid to click here and get more information. If you come over here to documentation and you click it, you can come down below and it'll show you the ingredients, okay? How they do their quality control. And then here's some other things that you'll be very happy to read. It says why they test, how they test, what they're testing for, and quality control. All very important in when doing your research for using CBD oils to deal with different types of medicinal uses, okay? So let's go ahead and watch this gentleman here. He is dealing with Parkinson's. You're going to see what happens from the time the gentleman walks through the door and he gives him the CBD oil. Watch how fast it takes effect. Hi, Larry. How are you?
Come in. Good to see you.
Now, quickly, I just want to mention something. The gentleman who came through the door, he is fighting the same disease that this gentleman has. If you read what it says a Parkinson's patient agrees to come and instruct Larry here on how to use the CBD oil. Take a look at the difference in functionality. This gentleman is having a hard time keeping control of his body. His arms, his hands, his facial expressions. The other gentleman is in control.
How you feeling? It's been a bit of a rough week, really. And the best way to take it is put it under your tongue and rub it in your cheek.
Now pay attention to how long it takes before it
Don't do too
takes
much, you're going to be asleep all afternoon. You know what you should do? No. Don't try to communicate, just
So it's 137,
relax.
watch.
See what happens.
We know from animal experiments that the endogenous cannabinoid system is very important in regulating motor activity, that very type of activity that is impaired in Parkinson's disease. From animal experiments, we also know that boosting certain branches of the endocannabinoid system is helpful in relieving symptoms of Parkinson's. Finally, from anecdotal information, we know that certain patients who smoke marijuana experience relief of their symptoms.
I think you're calmed down.
So it took about 4 minutes from the time that gentleman put the CBD oil under his tongue and rubbed it around in his cheeks. Remember, he did not have control of his body. His arms, his facial expressions, his head was moving side to side. Now look at him now, after he's taken the CBD oil.
So quickly.
Isn't that amazing?
Look at that smile.
He used just a single drop, and his hands afterwards were rock steady, and the dyskinesia left.
The voice is coming back.
It works most of the time.
In fact, it's... Did you guys eat lunch?
Are you hungry now?
Like 1 a.m. Actually,
A person like me could really use marijuana. It makes me pretty angry that I can't get out of my home state.
The number one frustration that I have is knowing that there is this untapped potential that comes from what marijuana is teaching us to generate new medicines, and being stuck because of financial issues or political issues. That is extremely frustrating.
We now know that medical marijuana controls dyskinesia, and yet it's not available to us.
Isn't that something? So when you hear the word marijuana, that usually kind of puts people back a little bit. So let's go ahead and get out some of these terms. Of course, everybody knows what marijuana is. Okay? It also goes by another name, cannabis. So if you hear people refer to cannabis, the CBD, the C is cannabis. That's what the C stands for. It's a marijuana plant. Hemp is the stalk and the leaves on the branches on the plant itself. All right, the flowers also have the oil in there. So that's what they're doing is, so when the plant is growing, the marijuana plant, there are different stages. So CBD oil is extracted from the plant before the THC starts to settle into the plant. There's actually now plants that are free of THC. So they're 100% used for medicinal purposes. Now, some of our CBD oils do have THC in there. Okay, so they serve a different benefit altogether. So you could see the gentleman who had Parkinson's. Legs, arms, face, hands, fingers. In the very beginning, he had a lot of problems keeping control of his own body. About 4 minutes after he took the CBD oil, he had much more control of his body. He was able to talk, was hungry. You could see his hands weren't shaking as much. So when it comes to dealing with different types of diseases that are out there, it's not that we're just now learning or finding out about the benefits of CD or CBD oil. The thing is, you got to understand what we're dealing with. CBD oil is extracted from a plant, the marijuana plant. This is something that the government cannot control. That's because it could be grown anywhere and most people know how to grow it. And since they can't control it, that means they can't tax it, nor can they regulate it. Therefore, CBD oil is considered a dietary supplement. All right? Understand, you heard what that man said in there. Each person's body responds differently to CBD oil. So in some cases, or I should say in most cases, it'll help individuals with different types of sicknesses. Parkinson's is one of those. There are some cases in which a patient takes CBD oil and it does not have any effect on them. Most of the time, you have to just keep trying to increase your dosage. So this is the web page. If you come over here to where it says shop, CBD right here, tinctures. If you click it, All right, you scroll down just a little bit. Again, you have the full spectrum. It has a THC. And then you have the broad spectrum with no THC. You can see 500, 750, 1500. And they come in different flavors. Okay, you guys? So, if you know anybody that is struggling with Parkinson's, give it a try. All right? Again, we don't claim that our products cure people of Parkinson's. What I'm showing you is proof that CBD oil is known to help patients who are struggling and fighting with Parkinson's. It helps them to get better control. All right? You let me know what you think. If you know somebody with Parkinson's, give it a try. Please come back to me and let me know what the results were. All right. We'll talk to you later.